Welcome back to the fourth round of the Thursday Night League at Daytona, Sandown Park. You may have noticed that I've skipped round 3 as I suffered from a failed memory card while filming. There wasn't much to report from that session as I qualified 16th out of 19 drivers and finished second from last place. I spent most of my time driving around on my own, taking that opportunity to learn the circuit. C'est la vie. This video is also a little shorter than normal, but still wanted to upload and share a few thoughts that might also help you in your karting adventures. Just awaiting light to go green on the digiboard, and away we go. Up ahead in karts 34 and 24 is Luka and Charlie. Behind in 12, 3 and 26 is Sid, ALFIE and Theo. Luka finding too much curbing on turn 1, and that part of the curb is very bumpy and can really upset the kart. I run the curb in an effort to find the shortest way across the corner, which doesn't work as I really should be over on the other side of the track. ALFIE in kart 3 with the white helmet, taking the next corner on the inside. 2 karts spin out as we take turn 4 and 5, and following me onto the back straight is Sid in kart 12. Good to see me having a look behind as I'm clearly still not paying enough attention to what's happening on track. In fact, I think that's the first time I've actually looked around what's going on around me in this session. And as we take turn 8 onto the grid straight, that completes our first lap with 1 place lost. One of the reasons that I upload these videos is mainly to see, like so many, how I can improve my racing. And my initial self-criticism is that I'm pretty blinkered as to what is happening around me at race starts. Even as Sid undertakes me here on turn 3, without looking over my shoulder at any point, how can I know where to try and place my car to try and defend? Instead, I just gift him a place, as does ALFIE. At least I balanced the deficit with a pass, keeping my position. Of course, it's easy to be critical when you're at home reviewing the footage, but I guess the important element is, can you learn from the footage and take it to the track in your next session? Yellow flag there. Let's not be too hasty in reducing speed, but keep vigilant about any spins up ahead. We have some traffic approaching as I finish taking turn 1, closing in on Sid as he makes a nice move past Owen and Charlie. Can I do the same? No, not quite. Saying that though, yep, I get the move done past Owen in kart 33. Let's try and keep that position by closing the gap as we approach turn 4. Yes, that's a solid move. Onto the back straight. I guess at this point, despite being critical of your own abilities, you must also pat yourself on the back from time to time. The name of the game is critique rather than being critical, as I think critical is about what you're doing wrong. And yes, some of your technique will need working on, but it's all about learning where to correct those moments. For me, a few turns back, it was about closing the gap on Owen. I made a pass and I wanted to keep it. Okay, once again, I'm up close with Sid and Charlie, and because they've made contact, it's reduced their speed, allowing me to attempt to move. But I don't get it done, and that's because I fear a spin or crash. And I fear that because I don't have enough information about what's happening around me. I'm quite blinkered, only looking forward and hoping for the best. That's not a way to go racing, and even worse, I've once again let Owen back in front. I almost give ALFIE in kart 3 a place too. This next sequence of turns through 6, 7 and 8 don't quite work out for me, and you can clearly see the karts ahead pulling away. And that's because I'm dwelling about where I have made mistakes in this session. Unless you have a wide bandwidth, trying to think about where you went wrong and the remaining race is often at odds with each other. Especially at my level with quite minimal experience, I should only be thinking about ahead and not the past. That doesn't include deja vu though, as once again I am racing behind Sid, Charlie and Owen. A pat on the back for me there as I take another look at my surroundings. Yep, got some space to play with. Looks like I have a little bit more momentum here, and once again I'm able to pass Owen. slide across turn 6. And let me see if I can do a better job this time with turn 7 and 8. Yep, that's much improved. Still quite a bit of buffer room from behind. We are around halfway through this session, which is very exciting for me as I'm currently in P5 or 6. Being in the mix with drivers like Sid and Charlie ahead is something of an achievement, as they are extremely quick drivers who are currently running 3rd and 4th in the Thursday Night League Championship. At this stage, I'm just willing myself a finishing position anywhere near these two, who have been knocking each other around in this race, and that has most likely helped me keep fairly close to them. Heading down the back straight, once again, pleased to see that I'm attempting to glance over my shoulder, side by side with Sid there, but he has the inside line, and out of nowhere, I spin. I count around 6 karts past there before being able to face the circuit in the right direction. It seems that I was heading towards Sid a bit too quickly and applied too much brake as I was turning in. Braking and turning are not a great combo. So that puts me back in around P12, P13 in a grid of 21 drivers. This was such a disappointing turn of events. Racing alongside Sid and Charlie for a good chunk of the race gave me a confidence that implied my racecraft was improving, only to throw it away. But that's how I felt in the session. Watching it back now just lets me know that becoming a better driver is possible, a slow process, but definitely possible. Up ahead is James in kart 18. One of the pluses of coming to a league or a members night as opposed to open sessions is that you often get to race alongside the same drivers. James, for example, has been really helpful in providing useful feedback over the last few weeks. Post-race, he has provided insight into my driving, which has been extremely beneficial. Also, racing alongside the same drivers each session gives you a real-time delta from corner to corner on how your driving is improving. We are coming close to the end of the session, so I will edit down the last few laps. I did manage to keep in front of James, although it did take quite a few laps to get any distance from him. Onto the back straight for the last time. I think this will be the last session of the league. The camera will capture any light in the sky. Next session will be completely lit by Daytona's track lights. And as we take that final turn onto the grid straight, the digiboard displays a checkered flag. Race over. Give some love to James as we head back to the pits. For me, that was a pretty good session, at least in hindsight. I qualified in 7th place and finished P11. My spin mid-race threw me back around 6 places. It's easy to get disheartened after a session like this, but with the benefit of recording the race, you get to assess moments of progress and take them to the next session. Thank you as ever to my fellow racers and the Daytona team, and thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you next time on track.